Hey everybody, it's Hannah from Is It Bad? Thanks so much for watching last week. We talked all about sous vide cooking. You guys had some great questions and comments that I want to talk about. The first one was about our winning model, the Joule. A couple of you mentioned the fact that you can't enter, I have it right here with me, you can't enter the time and temperature right on it. If you'll notice, it's just this cylinder right here. You have to use its app and you have to use your smartphone, which is a pro and a con, and I'll explain why. I have the app right here. Pardon my disgusting shattered phone screen. It's pretty simple, really intuitive, easy to use, but you do have to get out your phone, which not everyone likes to have their phone in the kitchen, and I can totally understand that. But it also is a pro in some ways, because with sous vide you'll often do like a long cook. Some of these can cook for 72 hours. You can have this set up in your kitchen and you can be wherever and check on it on your phone, so you know that your expensive short ribs or whatever, the water didn't get too low. You can monitor it from afar, which is a major pro. We also really like the Innova, which I have right here as well. This guy, it's a little bigger. This has a screen, which is quite dirty, but it has a screen, and you can enter right in here. It also works with the smartphone, which is great that it has the functionality to do both. But this model also has some cons, which is why it wasn't our number one pick. First of all, size. You can note the difference. This is tiny, can easily fit in a drawer, which is handy if you're buying yet another small appliance. This guy's pretty big, it's pretty heavy. Also, this one was a little faster, a little more accurate. This one was slightly less accurate. The Innova tended to overcook eggs, but it's still great. It's still, it's going to be accurate enough to cook beautiful meat. Eggs tend to be the most persnickety of things you're going to cook. So definitely some pros and cons there, but either one of these are going to be a great option. This guy has a magnet on the bottom, so it can stand right in the pot, which is awesome. You don't have to worry about clipping it onto the side. This guy has a clamp that you twist on, and it works fine, but it's not quite as user-friendly. But it's definitely bigger and heavy, if you see this thing going on here, which gives you, it's hard for storage, and then you have less room in the vessel. Speaking of vessels, I also wanted to show you guys something. Many of you know what Cambros are. They're from restaurant kitchens. They're a winning dry food storage container. They're also an awesome tool for sous vide. See, water measurement markings right on it, which is super key, and you can see through it, which is really cool. You can see like if your steaks are bumping up next to each other, and you can put it right in your counter. So if you want to sous vide regularly, I would suggest looking into a Cambro, and you might want to look into them anyways because they're awesome for like brining, storing beans. They're pretty awesome. I don't know why I said storing beans. Flour, sugar, anything, any dry goods. They come in smaller sizes too, like if you don't want like 50 gallons of flour to store. Okay, a couple of you guys also asked about, because you really cook the food is sealed inside of plastic, and then it cooks in the water in the sous vide bath. And a couple of you asked, is it safe to cook in plastic? And you definitely want to make sure to use BPA-free plastic. This is really important. Cheaper bags, they might not be BPA-free, so you want to double check. We like zipper lock freezer bags. They're our winning food storage bags. So definitely double check that it's BPA-free because that's important. And otherwise, it's fine. If you have a BPA-free one, it's fine. It's not going to hurt you. And then also a couple of you had questions about like what's a good starting recipe. And I recommend eggs because they're cheap, and so if you mess something up, you don't have a major investment on your hands. But also like a nice beautiful steak is a great way to start because you really see the value of these machines because you can buy something super fancy. It won't overcook it. A quick sear when you're done, and it's just a beautiful, simple way to see the benefit of these machines. We also have a book out right now. I think it just launched pretty recently. I have it right here. Sous vide for everybody. And it's really cool because, people talk about eggs a lot when they talk about sous vide. They talk about steak, they talk about short ribs, they talk about eggs, meat, which is great. And that's like one of the major benefits of these machines is a long, slow cook, breaks down collagen over time, so you can get superior, tender, awesome, juicy results. But that's not all you can do with these. we have recipes for yogurt because keeping the perfect stable temperature as it incubates the yogurt is really key, and this makes it more hands-off. You do it in a sous vide machine, you don't have to worry about, sometimes you can do these by the pilot of your gas stove. I've tried that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and if it doesn't work, you're 24 hours into a project and you're throwing away a bunch of gross room temperature milk. So this is a great, consistent way to get awesome yogurt. Also, ice cream, black lentil stew, baked beans, overnight steel-cut oats, crispy smashed potatoes, Mediterranean braised green beans, grilled octopus, butter-basted lobster tails. Stop. Spicy fish tacos. Oh my God. So my point is, check out this book if you're interested in sous vide, because the meat part of it is awesome and amazing, but there are way more things. You got to open up to a whole nother world. And especially if you're buying another thing for your kitchen, it's nice to have lots of reasons to justify buying it and justify using it. But I will say, you don't absolutely have to have a sous vide machine to be a good cook. A seared steak is still beautiful, but these are a super exciting, cool new tool to have fun with. And they really can do things that you can't do in your regular kitchen. Those long, slow cooks that break down the collagen is really key. And then also you don't have to worry about overcooking stuff, which, like, if I buy some super expensive piece of meat and then overcook it, which I did last week, so annoying. So with these, it takes away that frustration. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure next week is our video, is it bad if my sheet pans are all messed up? Sorry, I said last week that it was this week. I got the week wrong, but it really is next week, and I'm super excited about this one because this was a personal problem I have. My sheet pans were black and totally dirty, and like, is that a bad thing? We investigated and we found out, and you should tune in, check it out. Thanks so much.